happy 2025, and for wrestling fans, this has become the time of year where we all get excited for the upcoming WWE 2K game, which being WWE 2K25. However, this is just a dream video. But in order to have a dream, you gotta have the facts. So I separated all of the 2K games into three different categories. We have the DLC showcase years, which includes 2K20, 2K17, 2K16, and 2K15. Now, before I go any further, all of this info was found on the SmackDown Hotel. So, hold on. You know what, let me just hide my face cam for the rest of the video so you can just see what all I have up here. But 2K20 had 7 titles, 9 arenas, and 45 stars that were all added in every single DLC pack, plus the pre-order bonus. 2K17 had 1 new title, 7 arenas, and 32 stars. WWE 2K16 had 0 new titles, 6 arenas, and 37 wrestlers. And 2K15 had 0 titles, 14 arenas, and 46 new stars. And then we have the regular DLC years, which include 2K19, 2K18, 2K14, 2K24, 2K23, and 2K22. And you can see that 2K14 and 18 had no new titles and no new arenas. However, 2K14 had 3 more new stars than 2K18. 2K19 had 1 new arena and 19 stars. And the 2K games of the last 3 years had 1 or 2 new titles, 1 to 3 new arenas, and then 2K24 got 43 stars, and that includes the Bray Wyatt edition and the pre-order. 2K23 had 32, which includes the Bad Bunny pack and the pre-order. And then 2K22 came with 36 DLC stars. And then we have the non-canon, which that's 2K Battlegrounds. I'm not including anything about that because I didn't want to do any research on this game. So, for my dream DLC, I am going to have 4 rules. They can't be in 2K24, however, I made this back in... it was September when I started the script for this. And now this video is being filmed in December and being uploaded in January. So, a lot has changed since I first made this, and I didn't want to re-edit everything. Well, not really everything, but one thing. Alright, so we have 35 stars spread between 1 pre-order pack and 5 DLCs. Because this was the average of the more recent ones before the Wyatt DLC was announced. However, they don't have to be exclusive to WWE. And now, I'm also including 7 titles throughout all the sets and 7 arenas. So, let's get underway. Now, the pre-order would be Joe Hendry, and he would come with the TNA World Championship and the TNA Impact Arena. Now, this was the first thing I came up with, so I had high hopes that he would have won the title by now. Who knows, he might win it before this goes up. I could be wrong. However, a man can dream. Pack number 1, we have NXT-TNA, which includes Santino Marella, for old time's sake, Ariana Grace, who is the daughter of Santino Marella, current TNA World Champion Nick Nemeth, Jordan Grace, Julia, and Stephanie Vaquer. So I picked some of the... I picked these NXT stars in particular because if 2K is going to do the DLC, they're going to want big names for their packs. And Julia and Stephanie Vaquer obviously fit that mold. But along with Nick Nemeth, formerly known as Dolph Ziggler, Santino Marella, and Jordan Grace, they're also huge names, but Ariana Grace I put in here mainly because of the Santino connection. But anyway, this would come with the Slammiversary Arena and the TNA Women's Knockouts. The TNA Knockouts Championship. DLC 2, we got Trailblazers. This one would come with Kelly, Victoria, Jacqueline, AJ Lee, Melina, Layla, and Mae Young. And then it would come with the Women's United States Championship and the Women's Intercontinental Championship, as well as Evolution. I don't know why they took Evolution out of the game, but they need to either add it back through DLC or keep it in the game permanently. And I'm just going off of how the current timeline is. And I don't think they'll have enough time to add in these titles. But I wanted to pick 7 women that made an impact on WWE. Plus throw in a couple names that either signed Legends contracts or people are just begging to be in the game. Mae Young is a huge star when it comes to women's wrestling. Like, not modern day women's wrestling, but back in her time. So it's only fair that she gets called a trailblazer. DLC 3, Tag Me In. So it includes Edge and Christian, Alpha and Sika, Road Warrior Animal and Road Warrior Hawk, and a classic version of Paul Ellering. And then I had it include SummerSlam 1991, WrestleMania 17, and Edge's spinner belt. Now, I couldn't go with any tag titles because, for the most part, they have all of the tag titles in the game currently. In fact, before I move on to the next DLC, here, let me turn my face cam back on really quick. Alright, so the reason why I want a classic Paul Ellering, I got his autograph. In fact, it'll be February since it's been a year. Now, I'm not sure how many times I've told this story or if I've told it on camera, but I was working at Taco Bell at the time, and I was just starting to get into a management position. But I was working drive-through and front counter, and since we didn't have anyone coming through the drive-through at the time, I went up front to take an order. Then in walked Paul Ellering and his wife. I was absolutely starstruck. And when he got up to the counter, I was like, "Are you Paul Ellering?" And he was like, "Last time I checked." But yeah, I tried my best not to fanboy or cry because I was just so starstruck. I grew up idolizing this man as a manager, and I know people will put Paul Heyman as one of the best managers, or Paul Heyman, uh, Missy Elizabeth, but Paul Ellering is the greatest manager in professional wrestling, in my honest opinion. Yeah, his stuff with the Final Testament's not doing the greatest, but they just need to let him have the mic. Give him a chance to speak, and let him showcase that he can still cut promos. I know they're probably going to have Paul Ellering in the game this year, either under like DLC as AOP's manager, or in the base game along with AOP. But if they're going to include Paul Ellering, try to find a way to get Animal and Hawk in the DLC. Alright, Facecam is going bye-bye for now. And then let's... Edge and Christian for the fans of them. And then Alpha and Sika just because it's the bloodline. And they both passed away months ago. And it would be a great way to pay tribute to them. Speaking of paying tribute, and this is the exception when it comes to my DLC rule. So, picture this. They finally announced the return of Inferno matches. What better way to reintroduce the match type than having the Ring of Fire match from SummerSlam as a showcase match? Like, you don't have to unlock it, but it's just a way to... Oh, excuse me. It's just a way to show, like, hey, we have this. You can replay this match. However, they gotta cut it down on the cutscenes and stuff. Alright, for this, I mainly said uh, the exception for, like, Bo Dallas, Bray Wyatt, and the title. Because, yeah, we got Elite Bray Wyatt, which is closer to his cult gimmick than anything, really. Uh, Modern Bo Dallas, and we have Uncle Howdy, but for some reason we can't take off the mask. So give us Bo Dallas as a separate character. Then we can include 2015 Braun Strowman, 2013 Luke Harper as a tribute, and 2013 Eric Rowan, along with not classic, modern Eric Rowan. Then we have the U.S. Express, and this is where we bring in the NWA United States Tag Team Championship. I couldn't find an actual render of this, so I just had to take the side plate and all the plates. Well, yeah, if you couldn't tell, SummerSlam 2013 will be the arena for this one. Speaking of SummerSlam, the group that should have won at SummerSlam 2010, but not exactly, I switched out some of the members, but is DLC number 5, Nexus are Against Us. Now, this one would include the Nexus versions of Wade Barrett, Heath Slater, Justin Gabriel, Daniel Bryan, Michael McGillicuddy, Husky Harris, and David Otunga. And it would come with the 2010 Hell in a Cell arena. Now, for some reason, I couldn't find a good arena picture, so I just took this thumbnail from a YouTube video by WWE. So, thanks, I guess, WWE. But I kind of figured that with the recent talks of Heath Slater wanting to bring back the Nexus, this would be a great way to tie into that. And besides, a lot of us are Nexus fans, and we didn't want the Nexus to lose at SummerSlam. And this is coming from one of the biggest John Cena fans on the planet. And I obviously left out some people. Like, Michael Tarver, no one really remembers him. Skip Sheffield, Ryback is too controversial. And Darren Young. I don't know why I left Darren Young out. I guess these are like the first 7 names that I thought of. But anyway, what is your dream DLC? Let me know down in the comments below. I thought that this would be a fun little experiment to see, like, who all agrees with me, who thinks I'm insane, who thinks I shouldn't have access to the internet. Well, for those of you who think I don't deserve access to the internet, cool, I guess. But thank you all so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, comment any other video ideas, or your dream DLC. Let's make 2025 the year of Sammy Owens. And with that being said, I will catch you in the next video.